Welcome to Constitutional Homeopathy, awakening your vital force for deep, long-lasting change. My name is Artemis. I am a bridge between science, spirituality, and harnessing the healing powers of nature through 7 forces of life. For over 2 decades, I've guided people out of overwhelm, trauma, and chronic disease and back into radiant health through oxygen and ozone therapies, regenerative detoxification serving over 40,000 people, regenerating life with 7 forces of life healing system. My background is in both Ayurveda and Chinese medicine, and I have extensive training in energy medicine with 55,000 hours of training spanning over 25 years. My life's work is simple: to help people reclaim the divine power that their body already holds to heal and regenerate life at all levels of life. Why I share constitutional homeopathy. Constitutional homeopathy is one of the most elegant healing sciences on earth. It doesn't suppress or treat symptoms. It doesn't force the body. It awakens the body's vital force. This healing method is unique because chronic illness doesn't start in the blood work. It starts in the story and vibration of a person. Every disease is a pattern. Think about that. And every pattern has a core constitutional remedy in homeopathy. When the vital force is reorganized with your constitutional remedy, healing accelerates in unique and effortless ways. So think of your vital force as like a geyser of spiritual water flowing up through your body from the base of the earth to heaven. And it is naturally present inside every human being. There are disorganized patterns around us based on childhood traumas, memories, emotions, attitudes, and the vital force as it awakens is like this geyser of spiritual water rising up through you and reorganizing all the disorganized patterns. So it's not about letting go of resistance. It's about becoming more aligned with your vital force. Homeopathy is the perfect first step towards radiant health because it restores the foundation, your vital force, on which all other healing can stand. Radiant health begins with coherence and alignment of our energy in mind, body, and soul, thought, feeling, and awareness. Before cleansing, before supplements, a person must return to energetic coherence, the harmony of our body, emotion, mind, and soul awareness. Constitutional homeopathy creates an inner order that makes all other healing methods more effective. The top 3 reasons people choose homeopathy is because deep down inside, we know healing starts at the root of our being, not the symptoms. It starts at our energy and vibration, not the chemistry and biology. Reason number 1, root cause transformation. Through constitutional homeopathy, you can understand why you are blocked on your path to healing and vitality. You can address the root cause, not the flares or symptoms that are suppressed. Homeopathy works on all planes: physical, emotional, mental, and energetic. It can create true lasting change. Number 2, and this is the coolest thing about this when you do this journey with me, is understanding your core constitution helps you to feel seen. A constitutional consultation meets the whole person: your childhood, defenses, fears, strengths, traumas, and brilliance. Healing begins the moment a person begins to understand and comprehend their whole being. So when you look at your constitutional analysis, you begin to see strengths and weaknesses, but you also begin to see how you're wired and how you can bring more of your brilliance into your world. And through the healing arc of this journey, more of that brilliance will begin to show up. It's truly profound. This is the most important reason. Reason number 3, the remedy awakens your vital force. It's inside you and every human being. The remedy does not fix the body. It reminds your body of its own vital force. It reactivates your body's ancient intelligence to heal and to thrive. People choose homeopathy because it returns the power of healing to where it belongs, within you, vibrationally. Remember, you are energy and vibration before you are chemistry, biology, and matter. And homeopathy, at this deep level of constitutional homeopathy, is a vibrational medicine. This is not about treating symptoms. A lot of homeopathy that you may have experienced is symptom-based. This is constitutional-based, about awakening the vital force. Here's Michael's experience with his remedy. Now, when I started working with Michael, he was very, very stubborn. He was difficult to change. He wasn't making very healthy eating patterns. He wasn't choosing life-giving foods. He was comfort eating. He was trapped in his house. He wasn't going outside. He would start but stop in the middle. And then I gave him his radiant remedy, and the most powerful thing happened. Just 2 weeks, he said, since taking my constitutional remedy, I noticed measurable changes in how I handle my daily responsibilities and my decision making. Tasks that once felt overwhelming became more manageable, and I began taking positive action immediately. Emotional processing happened naturally, leading to clarity and relief rather than collapse and isolation. I found myself choosing lighter, nourishing foods and gentle movement that supported my body without relying on willpower or rigid rules. Nothing felt forced, just a subtle realignment towards a more consistent and relaxed effort, along with a deep self trust. I feel more like myself again. And I love that last sentence because that's his vital force awakened in his body. He feels more like himself again without all the disorganized energy patterns causing fear and doubt and overwhelm and, starting and stopping. And this is the beauty of the energetic alignment that happens. Now, Michael is also experiencing a lot of physical healing too, but the testimonial he gave us was the real gold, the real power of this work. This is my wife, Crystal. She said, what once felt like the weight of responsibility now moves through me with clarity and ease. The pressure is softened. My mind stays clear, and I trust myself even when the next steps are still forming. With my children and in my relationships, I pause. I listen more deeply and respond from presence instead of urgency, releasing the inner self-criticism and meeting my life with love, truth, and steadiness. I see my gifts clearly now, and I create them from without apology, speaking with courage and grace as stress loses its grip and becomes a quiet guide rather than a force that runs through me. Seeing the change in my wife has been truly profound because she's more present in our relationship, more loving, more receptive of love. She's kinder and more compassionate with herself and with our children. And we've also been giving these remedies to our kids too, with a very special adjustment for children because children don't do it the same way adults do. If you have any questions, just reach out to me about the kiddos. But we've seen amazing changes in our kids too. Our kids are kinder to each other. They're in more harmony with each other. My son used to have a chronic cough and excessive urination, and now his cough is gone. He's not running to the bathroom all the time. Just so much vibrational alignment has happened, and it's happening in our whole family on a deep energetic level. So here's how to get started with your constitutional remedy and reading and awakening your vital force. So step one is to submit a photo of your face and tongue, just like you see here. I want a clear, well-lit photo of your face, front-facing, natural light, in full indoor light, or outside. Now, make sure you have no makeup on during this reading because we want to see all the tones, textures, and colors of your skin. And make sure that it's in full light. This is really important. We don't want any shadows in your face. Next is to get a photo of your tongue, just like you see here, up close and personal. Full extension, stick your tongue all the way out, natural or full indoor light, no food or beverages for 30 minutes. So just give me these two photos, and this is where we start. Step two is submit a short paragraph describing your medical history, current symptoms in your body, common emotional patterns, like what's happening every day. What are you feeling? What do you don't want to talk about? What do you don't want to feel? Sometimes that's a better question. And your deepest health goals. So submit to me just a short paragraph. I don't need your whole life story. I just need what's going on in your body, current symptoms, common emotional patterns, deepest health goals, and then text or email these to me, and we'll get started. Step three, then I select your perfect remedy. Based on your patterns, emotional, physical, psychological, and your face mapping, we choose the remedy that matches your core blueprint. Not any disease, your uniqueness. Your homeopathic remedy becomes the spark that helps you come into alignment with your own vital force. Step four is to schedule your consultation with me or one of our team. Once your remedy is selected, we will meet to review your constitutional pattern, talk about how it's working and engaging in your life, discuss your remedy's healing arc. There are 4 stages, and we'll go over that in just a second in this presentation. We're going to activate your seed prompt and a custom chat GPT that you can work with over a period of 8 to 12 weeks. And we're going to integrate homeopathy with other healing modalities that are synergistic and supportive because this is a rebalancing of your central nervous system. We need to bring in some other healing modalities like time on the earth, to ground out positive charge into negative charge. We need to help your body let go of scattered, chaotic, incoherent energies, time in water, time in the ocean, time in Epsom salt baths, time in showers. Water therapy is very important during this process to let go with ease. Also, oiling the body, oiling the skin through Epsom salt baths, through about 1 ounce of fractionated coconut oil or coconut oil extra virgin. These oiling of the body conditions and lubricates the nervous system, helping to smooth out the kinks. And there's many other healing modalities I'll share with you that are very supportive during this process. This is where your transformation begins. Gather your photos, medical history, and email them to me, or you can text them to me, and we will select your perfect constitutional remedy and schedule your consultation call. This is the beginning of your journey. This is the activation of your vital force. Now, here's how we can deepen this work. What does it take to get the most out of your constitutional homeopathic remedy? Are you ready for this? This is profound. We're going to take this to a whole nother level. So a constitutional remedy is not a pill that fixes you. It's a relationship with your vital force. Remember, your vital force is inside you. It is awakening in this very conversation. When you take your remedy, it begins to awaken more powerfully and reorganize disorganized energy patterns, including childhood patterns, emotional patterns, mental patterns, and energetic patterns, memories. It's truly profound. To receive the full gift of this, it requires your awareness, your patience. You must trust in this process. Have emotional integrity and honesty. Be willing to be honest with what you're feeling and let it go. Intelligent engagement with the healing process. This is where understanding the homeopathic healing arc becomes essential. So let's talk about the healing arc. The healing unfolds in stages, not all at once. Each stage throughout this remedy has a purpose. Each stage brings information to you and your soul in the process of awareness. It's like a flower blooming from surviving to thriving. Nothing is random within your remedy and the healing arc. And when you understand this arc, you stop fearing symptoms and you start reading the language of your body. I know I've said this before, but it's important to restate that this process is a relationship with your own vital force. And understanding the language of your body is one of the gifts of this process. The 4 stages of the healing arc. Stage 1 is activation and surfacing of symptoms and patterns. This happens in the first 1 to 2 weeks. As the vital force wakes up, old symptoms, memories, or emotions may surface. The body begins reorganizing from the inside out. So in this stage, you may experience some emotional sensitivity, temporary symptom intensifications. For example, if you broke your ankle in the past and healed it, you might experience tension in that ankle. If you had a surgery somewhere, if you had a trauma somewhere early in life, you're going to re-experience that emotion, that energetic pattern leaving your body. You may experience fatigue during this process as your body starts to accelerate its healing. Rest is very important during the healing arc. So if you live a life of compulsion, got to, have to, if you've been living a life with impatience, irritation, and frustration, this remedy is going to change that pattern through your vital force, and you will need to rest to renew your nervous system. And so we will have hydration protocols, supplement protocols, nature protocols to support this. But remember, as you go through the stage 1, this is not regression. This is information rising to be resolved within your mind, body, and soul. Stage 2 is release and repatterning. Now, what happens here is the body releases stored emotional and energetic charge. Long-standing patterns that have been going on in your body begin to gradually loosen, and the nervous system begins to recalibrate. Now, stage 2 and 3 is going to be some of the most challenging and rewarding parts of this process, because your nervous system might be holding on to these patterns for decades, and it's going to start loosening and unwinding and recalibrating. And this is the real power of constitutional homeopathy. Common experiences in this stage are emotional waves, changes in sleep, digestion, or skin. I noticed when I went through my remedy, my skin just started to glow, and I already had healthy skin, but my remedy was all about water balance and the balance of my lung and large intestine. And I began to see things shift in my digestion, my absorption, my elimination, and my skin. Now in stage 2, you're also going to feel a sense of things beginning to shift, but not quite settled. This is the body of letting go of what is no longer needing to carry. It does this intelligently and carefully as to not upset the conscious subconscious integration. Remember, the remedy is intelligent, your body's intelligent. It's kind of like riding a wave on the ocean. You're a surfer and you're just kind of riding this wave through stage 1 and 2. When we get to stage 3, this is integration and stabilization. So what happens here is symptoms begin to soften or resolve. Emotional neutrality increases, which means you're observing the emotions and you're not charged by them. You're not attached to feeling a certain way. You just start feeling more you in stage 3 and 4. And energy becomes more consistent and awakening. Now, some of you who've been living in trauma or fight or flight for a long time, during stage 3, you might need a lot of rest. And don't fight the rest. Rest. So many of us use coffee, caffeine, stimulants, overstimulation. And when you take this remedy, and if you've been living in compulsion and impatience, you're going to need to rest because your whole nervous system is rewiring itself to your vital force, to your natural constitution. And so it's okay to rest during stages 2 and 3. I just say that because I was one of those people when I went through this stage. I just had to sleep a lot. And I came out the other side just a totally brand new, vital, vibrant human being. Common experiences of stage 3 is clear thinking, improved resilience, a feeling of being more inside yourself, more grounded, more in your body, more emotionally stable. Your vital force is awakening. This is your body learning its new rhythm, learning the vital force in its true, coherent expression. So stage 4 is expansion and vitality. So this is usually around weeks 10 through 12. This is about a 3-month process for most people. And what happens here is the vital force expresses more freely, deeper confidence and clarity emerge. Health becomes more effortless and abundant from new levels of vital force awaken inside of you. And when we take you through this arc, now we can start bringing in hydration, oxygenation, mineralization, detoxification, and regeneration. So the 7 forces of life work very well towards the tail end of this remedy process. And not that you're not going to be using those tools during the remedy, but you will be more capable of healing something chronic and deep in stage 4. And we usually wait to do any deep cleansing until you've achieved stage 4. Common experiences are stronger intuition, emotional steadiness. You feel more grounded, more inside your body, more aligned with source and God and infinite intelligence. You begin to feel a sense of alignment and purpose within your true self. Healing is no longer something you chase. It becomes something you live from your vital force, fully alive in you. Now, there's 2 things you need to go throughout this process: emotional intelligence and fitness. Emotional intelligence is your ability to identify your emotions, comprehend their origin, and allow them to move through your bodies with more ease and consciousness. So you want to observe what's happening in this process intelligently as the energy begins to align. Why this matters: the first 2 stages of healing often bring emotions to the surface, things you've buried. Remember, feelings buried alive never die. So this is the awakening, and resisting this process just creates suffering. So give yourself permission to feel your feelings throughout this process. Don't resist the emotions. Track them in your custom GPT. We'll go over that in just a sec. Emotions are not obstacles. They are signals and signs of true healing with your remedy. Emotional fitness is transforming emotions into fuel. Emotional fitness is the ability to feel our emotions fully. I touch and I stay. Touching and staying throughout this process teaches your emotional body, which is also an aspect of your inner child, or your inner child is an aspect of your emotional body, to touch them and to stay. And this is the emotional, intelligent and emotional fitness process. Just stay with them. Understand their cause by using your GPT as your guide. Maybe ask your GPT to do some visualizations and meditations throughout this process to further unwind and release these emotional patterns and harness the power of these emotions as fuel for growth. Why am I going all over this? Because I and my family have already experienced this in several of my clients, and it is an emotional journey. It's a vibrational journey. It's an energetic awakening, and you need emotional intelligence, fitness, and a little help with our GPT. During the 4 stages, emotions become energy, awareness becomes alchemy. Healing accelerates with emotional intelligence and fitness. Don't avoid your emotions. You use them as fuel for growth and higher levels of self-awareness to become aligned with your true nature. Let's talk about your seed prompt, a living dialogue with your remedy. Now, your constitutional remedy is intelligent. Your body is intelligent. The seed prompt allows you to translate that intelligence into greater clarity and trust. You're going to work with a custom ChatGPT that I create for you using a seed prompt. And throughout the 4 stages of healing, your seed prompt becomes a reflective mirror, a pattern recognition tool, and a daily integration assistant. So here's how to engage with your custom GPT on a daily or weekly basis. So make sure you download ChatGPT on your smartphone if you've never used it before. And I want you to start using ChatGPT in this process. So in weeks 1 and 2, you're going to name the emotions that arise between the stages 1 and 3. You're going to interpret any physical sensations that are coming up, such as I've got pain in my back, or I've got a rash on my shoulder, or I've got pressure in my eyes, or I'm feeling like a swelling sensation in my brain, or I'm sleeping a lot. Like whatever's coming up, just type it into your GPT and it'll start to reflect to you which stage you're in and how to move through that stage with more ease and grace. In this GPT, you can also track subtle changes in your mood or energy. And all this is going to be showing up as you go through the 4 stages we just described. Examples of daily prompts. I'm feeling the emotion of sadness, or feeling lost or vulnerable or drifting. Or there was a time in my remedy where I just had this like mental looping and I couldn't stop thinking through these loops and nothing was working. And I went into my remedy and it gave me the perfect solution. Next thing you can enter in your daily prompts is, how does this physical symptom relate to my constitutional pattern? So if you have symptoms arise that show up again, like digestive issues or skin issues or whatever is showing up, the GPT will begin to help you unpack and understand what's happening as these symptoms are clearing. You can also ask your GPT, what's integrating right now with these emotions or physical symptoms? What am I learning? What's integrating from this process? Your custom GPT helps you to reflect and integrate what is softened in the first 1 to 3 stages, what is intensified temporarily and why, and what has changed emotionally or mentally throughout the 4 stages. Use the GPT when challenges arise, such as when temporary symptoms return, you're experiencing emotional discomfort, and you want to understand the wave of the healing arc, or when you experience doubt or impatience with this process because you might get frustrated with these old energy patterns. But remember, you're here to heal those and let go and clear those. And the remedy is working with your divine intelligence, your vital force, to do just that. So one of the most powerful gifts, one of the greatest things about the GPT is your ability to enhance trust in the process. Here's how your seed prompts helps. It reframes symptoms as communication from your body. It restores trust in the process throughout the healing arc. It prevents overreacting or interfering with your remedy. And challenges are not signs of failure. They are signs of depth. You are awakening your vital force with this process and learning how to reorganize your energy in alignment with your true nature, your constitution. Healing is a relationship, not an event. That's profound. Healing is a relationship with your soul. It's not an event. It's not something you chase. Your remedy awakens the vital force. Your awareness guides it. Your emotional intelligence stabilizes it. Your emotional fitness transforms it. When all 4 work together, healing becomes coherent, intelligent, and sustainable. Constitutional homeopathy is awakening your vital force for deep, long-lasting change. So to get started, step 1, submit the photo of your face and tongue, making sure it's clear and well lit, no makeup, natural light, or full light indoors. Send me a photo of your tongue, full extension all the way out. And then next, your medical history, current symptoms, common emotional patterns, your deepest health goals. Steps 1 and 2 is how we map your constitution and the perfect remedy and dose for how you can get the most out of this experience. And my name is Artemis. I'm so happy you're here watching this. The fact that you're even in this conversation with me right now means you are ready for true transformative work at a deep, deep energetic level. And I look forward to seeing you in our call. Take care.